It's time again for the follow through on Pastor Fred. Hit that subscribe button, share this with someone. Grab your Bibles because we're listening to God, and we're also we really, our intention, our hope is that we would live for Him. So today we're going to continue our journey in Matthew 5, which is the Beatitudes. And right, this is all part of the Sermon on the Mount. What a great bunch of things that remind us, like, despite everything that's going on around us, God has got our back. And so today we read that blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And this seems sort of the opposite of how we normally think of things, right? Now again, part of the problem there is that we forget the word inherit. And when we think about like gaining the world, we don't think of it in terms of an inheritance. We don't think of it as terms of like, as children of God, God gives this to us. We think of it as we do with every story that begins with a kind of a maniac who wants to take over the world. He wants to rule the world. And how is he going to do that? Not by being meek, not by being gentle and lowly and all of that and being unimportant. No, it's going to be by being the strongest, most powerful, having the biggest arsenal at his disposal or her disposal, and kind of unleashing that on an unsuspecting world. That's always the plan, right? Over and over and over again, whether it's a dictator somewhere in the world, or if it's crazy monsters from outer space. The same deal all the time. Power, might, physical strength destroys, crushes, and takes over. But take a minute and think of the track record of all of that. All of those, some have been able to conquer, but really, if we're honest, only a part of the world, and have never really fully controlled things. It'll never happen. Why? Because God's in control. This is His creation, right? And He's coming again to bring a new creation, a new heavens, a new earth, right? And that's where this inheritance comes from. And He says, the meek, and He's speaking to people who felt like, the people Jesus was speaking to were oppressed. They were just being beaten down every day by the Romans and seen as second-class citizens. They were sort of tolerated at best, right? So they didn't feel like they were going to be taken over anytime soon. So Jesus is saying, the move is not to get bigger, stronger, and just attack, because the deal is to look to God and to realize He has given you this new heavens, this new earth. And that in the end, things are really the opposite of how every other thing that tries to oppress you and hurt you, those things don't get to win. It might seem like it, totally. That might be the message you're getting. But Jesus came here and preached this sermon so that you could see. We got to say things God's way, from His perspective. And His perspective is as the Almighty, as the one who made everything that exists. He's going to give us the earth. Not just as we see it now. He's not going to say, hey, this is your country, or you get to take over this. But it's a new heavens, it's a new earth, it's an eternal kingdom that He says we get to inherit and be a part of. And that reality starts now and should fill every day with purpose and meaning and joy. All right? Hope that happens for you today and every day. And so have a great one, and we'll talk to you next time.